A Holland man was bound over for trial this afternoon for the 1987 murder of his sister and her husband.
Ryan Wyngarden's preliminary hearing wrapped up after 2 days of testimony that revealed a troubling relationship between the suspect and his sister long before she became a victim. 24 Hour News 8's Joe LaFergie's in Holland with the story.
The preliminary hearing featured a last-minute witness, a fellow inmate who claims Ryan Wyngarden told him all about the murders. Daryl Kane, awaiting trial on criminal sexual conduct charges, says Ryan Wyngarden confessed to the crime last weekend through the crack in their cell block doors.
You said she told you how he shot them, and to show that to the judge.
He went up and put his hand up to the window and went boom, 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 boom.
Kane says Wyngarden told him he set up evidence to cast suspicion elsewhere.
He went on telling me about how he, staged the crime scene, that he left the phone book out with the 2 IDs on the table.
Kane is in jail in connection with a sexual assault involving a minor. No deals have been made or promised to Kane for his testimony, according to prosecutors. While they wouldn't get specific, they tell 24 Hour News 8 much of what Kane testified to was information known only to investigators and the person who committed the murders. It took 26 years to get the information needed to bring the case to trial for the murder of Gail Brink and her husband Rick back in November of 1987. But a number of witnesses, including Ryan and Gail's sister, said there were troubling signs pointing to Ryan after the murder. Like the aunt who recalled Wyngarden bragging about owning a gun and knowing where to hide it where no one would find it. And the discussion Wyngarden had with another sister just days after the bodies were found.
All of a sudden, he just throws this comment out there. He says, sometimes I wonder if I could have done this. And I looked at him and I said, where'd that come from?
We also learned more today about the motive. Prosecutors said yesterday Wyngarden had a sexual relationship with his sisters and that it was a source of jealousy and a reason for murder. Well, today a one-time friend of Ryan Wyngarden's testified that he told her about the relationship in the 1980s, that he'd had sex with his sister when they were teens, but it was not consensual. In the witness's words, Ryan Wyngarden admitted forcing himself on his sister Gail. In Holland, Joe LaFergie, 24 Hour News 8.